Welcome back to the Hermitcraft server, and yes, this is my episode 22. Iso just released his, and yet this week we just couldn't line up our schedules. Mainly because of me, because my girlfriend had surprisingly a week off, and I definitely wanted to spend some time with her because, yeah, that always falls short. Our work schedules are completely ridiculously separated, and that sucks. But yeah, Isa has been doing some work. First of all, he made a drop here into our Elytra course, and I was just down there for an hour or so digging. Okay, let's try it out. Changed it a little bit. I still think we don't have the perfect balance yet for somebody new maybe coming into the course and wanting to try it out. Now I pushed back the upwards part here a lot, and now it seems to be relatively smooth. Oh, I'm so happy I made this round now for demonstration purposes. He also made a little staircase coming up here and stuff. That's cool. And here is the drop zone. So as I was not around, I don't blame Iso for going ahead and saying in the video, we always overcomplicate things, we want to make him too fancy and stuff. I partially agree, but overcomplicating things and making it fancy, that's the fun part for me in Minecraft. So, yeah, I want to add a little something to the drop zone here. Because that's what I always thought would be really cool if we had a helicopter hovering above the thing, and you jump out of the helicopter and then you go in. At least if you want to. It would be probably nice to have both options. So I was thinking, yeah, I'll try to build a helicopter up there. Alright. Haha. We got something that kind of resembles a helicopter. I'm actually pretty content with this. It ain't too bad. Let's remove some more of the scaffolding. I looked around on the YouTubes and the internet what people were doing with helicopters and kind of tried to mix and mash it together and come up with some sort of helicopter design. As a reference, I used a guide by a dude like, his name is Magma Musin or so. I made this helicopter thing, and I liked it, and then changed some of the proportions and some of the things we've been doing, but that was the basic helicopter design I wanted to go for, and I think it turned out pretty cool. I aligned it above the pit there, and yeah, that's that. Now we just need a way to get up and kind of integrate that nicely. You could also have a chest there with enderpearls to jump down, but we need a connection down to the floor anyways, somehow. Because, yeah, we need to trigger the gate to jump in. Because I don't want to, remove Iso's work there or so completely. I think it's a pretty good idea to have this drop like that. But it would be nice if it would be somehow connected to the helicopter thing, because I just always wanted to have a helicopter here. So guys, lately something crazy happened to me. My girlfriend had a few days off, as I mentioned, and wanted to spend some time with her. So we walked by a bar that is around the corner here, and I've never been there because I rarely go to bars, or I really rarely drink alcohol at all. And so I said, oh, what's happening here? And it turned out it was a wine testing evening. You could test out new German wines of the year or something like that. I was like, oh, that's quite interesting. We could check it out and give it a try if you wanted to. And she was like, yeah, why not? Never did that before. Let's go for a wine test evening. So we went there, got to talk with a bunch of people, and I realized quickly that many of the people where there was not your typical bar folk. It was artists and people that were self-employed. There was doctors, lawyers, but a lot of artists and interesting people. And yeah, got to talk with them a little bit, and especially with one dude, I spent quite some time talking about all sorts of stuff. And the interesting part was, um, maybe some of you know, but I actually do have a PhD, and that is in social studies. And the field I worked in was how important human resources are for a modern, well-working company. Pretty much, my main research was how do you make it so an employee of you really, you know, yeah, gets associated with your company and really feels he's part of it, and therefore is willing to invest a lot more passion into his work. That's a principle that gets used today in many ways. You know, look at Google or companies like that, which make it pretty much your office space like a living room and stuff like that. That's part of it, and how I think I want to take that out. And yeah, so I talked to this guy, and turns out he actually was a former professor of the European University, kind of in Karlsruhe here, and he also was lecturing about this subject a lot, and it was one of his main topics, which I found cool because yeah, that is a bit of a rare field to work in, and a lot of people don't really understand what's behind there. That you cannot just treat your worker like garbage, and you would see a better outcome if you invest in the well-being of your employees. So turns out the guy has a speech in front of the European Union, or part of the European Union soon, and after we talked for a while, he actually invited me to join him there. Yeah. So just looking at the helicopter here, but I think we're getting somewhere. Uh, so now turns out next week I'm gonna speak in front of parts of the European Parliament in Strasbourg here, and I need to get prepared for that. I haven't done a speech engagement like that in quite some time, and honestly, I'm a bit nervous about it, obviously, because yeah, you don't want to screw up. And I'm thinking I'll take it, because it might lead to more interesting stuff in the future. You know, yeah, I think that looks cool. Add some details in here. It might lead to some really interesting stuff in the future. Maybe some more speaking engagements, or similar stuff. So, yeah, life is strange sometimes, guys. You know, you go to a bar, wine tasting with your girlfriend. My girlfriend was most of the time talking to an artist. She was really interested in his work. She knew it from before. And yeah, I was in the corner talking about politics, what I like to do. And it actually led to something interesting. So now, yeah, I have to prepare for that. What I'm going to talk about is especially inform some of the people there about social media and new economies, how that is kind of intertwined, and obviously how social media nowadays influences how people create their public opinion or their political opinion. And it should be a really, really interesting day for me in the European Parliament. I am not sure if I can take a camera in there or something like that, and film it and vlog it. Maybe I would, but also it's kind of an important thing because, as I said, it might lead to more stuff in the future, and I really don't want to screw that up. So I should probably focus on what I do there. Um, and I'm also not sure if it is even allowed to film in there. And maybe there is some people going to this thing, they don't want to be on camera and stuff, and you don't. Maybe I have to switch off the YouTuber that and go back to being a speaker, and that should be really interesting. I'm looking forward to that actually, because not to be mean or so, but one thing that sometimes bothers me a bit with the YouTube stuff is that on an intellectual level, the internet is not the most satisfying place to hang out. You know, um, what I don't like is extreme positions and people not be willing to find compromise, and that is often the case on the internet, and it sometimes really gets to me and makes me sad that a lot of people are ignorant about many things, and so I sometimes miss intellectual work in real life. Okay, so now we need to set up something. We would need wireless redstone pretty much to do that properly. But it would be cool if you could jump out of the helicopter and go down. How are we gonna do that? Right, so I tapped into Ethos Redstone a little bit, and I have this now, where you can pretty much disable the Ethos setup, and that is one solution one could do. You know, just have this button here, and you can press it if you want to, and then just ender pearl up there to the helicopter. But I was thinking maybe we can come up with a bit of a more smooth solution, and I thought about how hitboxes change, for example, for iron fence and stuff, and we could maybe wait, we need some stupid horse, get away. We could maybe kind of get some sort of rope situation, and I was thinking maybe we could use iron bars and use that to our advantage. So let's see, let's get up there. Let's say we have a piston that would be I think we have to do it from below actually. Let me pillar up. Let's see if we can work something cool out. Let's say we had a piston facing down here. That would be some kind of mechanism that is attached to the side of the helicopter, and then we go like that. You know, either it's some crane or some rope soldiers would rappel down at, and then we come down like this. And we go, let's see where we would hit here. Maybe we have to change a little bit about it. Although, maybe even not. Alright, so doing some redstone work down here, and pretty much here we have the signal transmitted down by the iron fence. And then we grab the signal out here and wrap it around and whoop, connect into Ethos' original design right there. So he has his delay back here. I think I should probably lengthen the delay by 2 repeaters. That is the shutdown mechanism that pretty much closes the whole dealio again. So the door, you know. Let's do this and add one more there. That, so we have a few more ticks time. Should be fine before the door resets. Okay, let's give it a test run and see if everything works. I haven't tested it yet, but it should be working. I don't think I made any mistake. So, okay. Teleport into the helicopter. You're in here. And then you go like, yeah. Okay, and you can make it, and I don't have my bow on me. Yeah, the punch bow, but it definitely works, and seems to work fine. The sound sounded a bit off, did it? But the door should be closing fully automatically like before. Let's check if everything is proper. Door is closed again. Okay, let's test it one more time. Maybe I triggered the node block from somewhere, but I don't think so. Maybe it was just a bit of lag because of the sound. Okay, let's listen. Yep, works just fine. Sweet. So now you can also jump from the helicopter if you want to. Ah, yeah, I'm liking it. And it looks cool, like some sort of cable coming down or something, and it's even kind of floating above this half slab. So let's close that off again, like so, and here, and put that back, so it doesn't really take away from Ethos design with the half slabs or anything. Didn't need to change anything. We can take out the basic helicopter mode I had, and yeah, that's that. Maybe we should set up a sign up in there. Drop that. Oop, oh, I thought it was open. Panicked there a bit. I think it looks alright. Does it? Yeah. I mean, it is good, yeah. It's just a little thing that is attached to the side of the helicopter and kind of works as a rope. People rappelled down here. Think we can get away with it, can we? Pretty sure. Now, oh, here we got also some redstone exposed. Let's close that off. Okay. I think that's decent. Question is light levels on the helicopter. You could use redstone torch somewhere, but that would affect the doors. Would be nice if the helicopter was blinking, you know. Has some positional lights, but you don't want to have a permanent clock running in this thing. In the inside there should be no mob spawning. Potentially there could be mob spawning on top though. So I'm thinking if I should maybe put some redstone torches somewhere. Some sort of positional lights also. Let's see. Oop, can't fit in there. Maybe put one torch back there. Oh. Okay. We'll see if it's a real problem with mob spawning on there. So far it didn't really happen. Eventually it might happen. But as of now... No, wait a minute. There cannot be any mob spawning. Above the rotator, a spider could potentially spawn. But above the rotator we only have or below the, or above the tail we only have a 1.5 gap. The rest is half slabs up there. So we should be safe. The nose could potentially spawn one. I would love to have an end rod. Alrighty guys, quickly met with Zizuma. He brought me some end rods, a whole stack, which is really nice. He's got a lot of it from his chorus farm, and I was also thinking we have one missing detail aside of the antenna in the front. We need a pilot, guys. So let's do this. I have an armor stand here, and I wanted to phase. Let me see if you can get it in from one side. I grabbed one of the etho heads we had left. We're out of stock. We need to kill each other more. Okay, so the armor stand goes here. And then we take this and the etho head. Alright. Neat little detail. And we need that. Okay. Let's see. Let's get back in here. Whoop, no, fail. Last ender pearl. Ah, we got a bunch. And the last one I have on me. Okay, let's remove this dirt here again and get the door back in. can we have a torch here and there? Yeah. I think that's fine. Because if you have the door there, we cannot have torch, but I want to have a torch in there to make sure nothing spawns. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, nice. That is awesome. I'm loving it. Yeah, that was the final touch that was missing. You know, nice antenna at the start. Awesome. Okay, now to finish the episode, we need to try to get one proper round. Now the pressure's on. Let's eat here real quick. And we got some end rods out of that. That is awesome. Okay, let's try it out. Alright, Pilot Etho. Hold the chopper steady. I need to get to the chopper. Alright, that worked. In the tunnels. No. Okay. Oh, spamming. Almost made it a full round. It's way harder when you're recording. Stuff is a bit more jerky, I feel. Like when I'm not recording, definitely feels easier, a bit more smooth. But it's okay, can still do it. Awesome. Alright. Cockpit is also nicely lit up, and we have Pilot Etho in there. Pilot Princess Etho. Okay, I'd say we call it an end for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I see you next time. And together with Etho then again, that is. We're gonna record later today. Bye guys!